Hey guys, what is up? What's good? It's your girl Ashley and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be filming a drugstore versus high-end video, which I have never done on this channel. So I am hella excited. Can you guess which one's drugstore and can you guess which one's high-end? Let me know. Just know that this relationship is built on trust. I'm trusting that you guys did not scroll to the middle of the video to figure out which one is drugstore and which one's high-end. I just hope you didn't do that. So let me know your guesses and then reply to your comment and let me know if you got it right. I'm pretty curious. I personally think it's undetectable. Libido can't tell. Save all your coins. Save them! Save them, don't spend them! Save them! Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy me and my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I promise you it gets better. I am not this weird all the time. Subscribe, turn on that bell so that way you guys are notified anytime I upload a new video, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And without further ado, let's do this. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to do drugstore on my left side and high-end on my right side. Now when I say high-end, I just mean like Sephora brands, because let's be real, I can't afford Dior, Chanel, all that stuff. So it's gonna be like Sephora brands, but it's going to be prestige versus drugstore. And I'm really excited because I did take a lot of time and I sat down and I picked out all these products, and I think that they are pretty close matches, if not dupes, for some of the products that you can find in Sephora. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water on the right side of my face. No idea how I'm going to achieve that. Go like this. Oh. All right, so I got that on my right side, and now I'm going to be using the Milani Make It Last setting spray on my left side. My nails aren't done. This is disgusting. I actually just noticed that I'm going to be using a lot of primers because I did find some really awesome primer dupes. So the next thing I'm going to go in with is a smoothing primer. You guys know me, I absolutely love the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. So I'm going to be applying this to the right side of my face. Now this is just going to fill in any pores, and after smoothing it, I like to just push it into the skin. For the drugstore side, I will be using the NYX Shine Killer Primer. Now, these two primers do have very similar consistencies. They're both a clear kind of like gel-like formula, and they both fill in and smooth out pores. The next product I'm going to go in with is the MAC Strobing Cream and the Milani Prime Light Strobing and Pore Minimizing. They're both in very similar packaging. So I'm going to take Milani Prime Light and I am going to pop it on the left side of my face. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the MAC one so that way you guys can kind of see, you know, the similarities of the product. So as you can see, they both go on the same, so I'm just going to rub them into my skin. This is the Brow This Way. I will be using this on the left side, and for the right side, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Brow Gel, and this one is in the shade 45, so. So I really like that the Rimmel Brow This Way Brow Gel fills in my brows while grooming them all at the same time. Now I'm gonna go in with the one from Makeup Forever. Now this one, the bristles on it is like huge, but I'm just going to brush it through my brows. And I wanna say this is a very similar color to the one by Rimmel. I'm actually liking how the Rimmel one fills in my brows a lot better. Like this one definitely looks a lot more defined than the Makeup Forever one. The Makeup Forever one looks a little bit more sparse and not as filled in. What do you guys think? To clean up my brows, I will be using a little bit of concealer. So the concealer I'm gonna use for the high-end side is the Tarte Shape Tape. This one is in the shade medium, and then I will be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer, and this one is in the shade light medium. Ooh, almost put it on my left. I'll also be taking the concealer all over my eyelid to act as my eyelid primer. I will say that the Photo Focus Primer by Wet n Wild blends out very, very nicely. It's definitely a full coverage concealer, and it really helps mute out my eyelids. These two concealers, spot on dupes for each other. The color match is just totally there. Wet n Wild. I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing. They're trying to copy Shape Tape. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad. You know why? Because this is $3 and Shape Tape is like $20. The shadows are probably my favorite find of them all. I'm like so proud. I'm so proud. So the high-end palette I'm going to be sharing with you is the Tarte Tardis Pro Palette, which is this baby right here. Retails for $53, which is hella expensive. Don't nobody got $53 just to be tossing around. So I went to Ulta and I was strolling through the drugstore section and I found a very comparable, dupeable palette or palettes. If you find a good sale, you can get them buy one, get one half off and only pay $15. And I'm talking about the NYX Cosmic Metal Shadow Palette and the NYX Lid Lingerie Shadow Palette. So this is them right here. And then this is the Tarte Tardis Pro Palette. One second. So similar. So similar. Got my brushes. You guys know the drill. I am going to set my crease with a nude shadow. So I'm taking the NYX Lingerie palette and I'm going to take that nude shade right there and I'm going to rock her in my crease and also apply her to my brow bone. Then from the Tardis Pro palette, I'm going to take this guy right here and then I'm also going to set my crease and my brow bone. What makes me so excited for this is that like everybody uses the Urban Decay Naked palettes and I didn't want to use that. So I found something a little bit different. So that's why I'm a little bit proud. All right, moving on, I'm going to go in with my crease color. The crease color I'm going to use in the palette is this one right here. This is from the NYX Lid Lingerie, and then I'm going to apply it with a Morphe M501. So it's kind of like a peachy, kind of brownish tone shade, and I'm going to rock her in my crease. On the high-end side, I'm going to be taking the Tarte eyeshadow in the shade Innocent. This is so dangerous. I almost put it on the drugstore side. As you can see, the shadows are extremely similar. Extremely. I think I want to do like an intense like cut eye, you know what I mean? So I went searching and all I could find was some washi tape, but you know, whatever. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna place her right there. We're gonna place her about right there. You guys know what's up. The next shade I'm gonna go in with is this one right here. This one is in the shade Whimsy by Tarte, and I'm gonna use a Morphe M433 to apply it. So I'm just gonna take a little bit, and then I'm going to pop it on the very outer portion of the lid. What I really love about Tarte shadows is that they are extremely pigmented and very easy to blend. So I'm just taking this on the very outer portion of my lid, kind of creating a cat eye shape, and I'm going to take it a little bit into my crease, but I'm not going to take it above that transition shade we already applied. Taking a clean Morphe M433, I'm going to take that same kind of sienna color from the NYX Lid Lingerie palette, and I am going to dust it on the very outer portion. So I will say that the NYX one, it's a little bit brighter, whereas the Tarte one is a little bit deeper. I'm not sure if can't speak. If that's because I was layering it a bunch on the Tarte side, but we'll see if we can layer it up to the same intensity. Yeah, the NYX one is definitely a little bit more of a brighter sienna. I am just going to carve out some lid space with a little bit of concealer, and this is the Wet n Wild Photo Finish Concealer. And I'm just gonna do the same thing with the other side, and I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape over here. For my lid color, I'm going to go in with this shadow by Model's Own. This is the Color Chrome eyeshadow in the shade Golden Light. And then I'm also going to be going in with the Stila Magnificent Metal Eyes in the shade Kitten for the high-end side. Now, I am very excited about this product. I did find it in Ulta, and as you guys know, Model's Own is a new brand in Ulta. So I'm going to pack it right there on my lid. Now for the next shadow, I'm going to be using Stila Kitten. I'm going to use that same synthetic flat shader brush by Morphe, but I'm going to wipe off that product and I'm just going to place this on the other eye. Now the Stila one definitely has a little bit more of a chunky glitter going on, whereas Model's Own, it's a very fine glitter, so that's the only difference between these two. The consistency is very much alike. You have to kind of do patting motions. I notice it applies best when you just like pat.
I love it. I love it. I love it a lot.
Then using this shimmery shade from the NYX palette, I am just going to apply it on the very edge of where the eyeshadow is to kind of blend the shadows together. I'm going to do the same thing to the high-end side. I'm going to take the shade called Glam, and I'm just going to pat it right here. Trying to blend it in with that sienna. I'm going to be using two different gel liners in today's video. I'm going to use the Tarte Clay Pot in the shade Black and the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner in Blackest Black. And I'm just going to be applying it with an angled brush. You guys know I really don't get down with gel liners, but for this video, I'm gonna make an exception because I did not have a dupable liquid liner. I'm just praying that this tape saves me. So that was the Tarte Clay Pot. Not a fan. Definitely not a fan. Now I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Gel Liner Eye Studio Blackest Black Liner. I don't know, but the Maybelline one is just thicker, and you would think a thicker liner would be harder to work with. But I think not. Like when the formula is a little bit harder to drag, it's a lot less likely that you're gonna mess up. So what I think I'm gonna do now is take off the tape. Ah! That freaking hurt. Oh my God. No wonder they say put it on your hand, then put it on your face. Wow. The next shadow I'm going to use on the Drugstore side are these two right here, which are the deepest colors in the palette. And I'm going to take it on a Sigma Blending E36. And I'm just going to rock this right here up in the crease to kind of define things. Now, I really like to apply this color when I have liner on because I can kind of see what's going on and exactly where I want to place the product. Doing the same exact thing to the high-end side, except I'm going to take the shade called Smoke on the Sigma E36, and I am going to place it right here and really just smoke things out. Now, don't worry if you get the shadow on the liner. We'll clean up our liner after we have the shadow placed exactly where we want it. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear for the high-end side, and then for the Drugstore side, I'm going to be using the Revlon Color Stay. You guys know I love Revlon Color Stay, and the Revlon Color Stay stays on my face just like my Estee Lauder Double Wear would. So I'm going to shake this guy up. To apply the foundation, I'm just going to be using a damp Miracle Sponge. As you can see, Double Wear is very, very full coverage. One thing that I will say about Double Wear is that it's not really for dry skin. It is a very mattifying foundation. So if you have dry skin, this may not be your favorite. For the other side of my face, I'm going to be mixing two different shades from the Revlon Color Stay line, 310 and also 250, like I normally would. And I'm actually going to add a little bit just a tiny bit of the Hard Candy Mix in Makeup Pigment Drops. I do find that the Revlon Color Stay foundation is a little bit on the pink side, so I want to warm it up a little bit with a little bit of these Hard Candy Pigment Drops. And this is definitely going to give me a closer match to double wear. And I'm just going to use the other end of the Miracle Sponge. So on the left side, I have the Revlon Color Stay with a little bit of the Pigment Makeup Drops from Hard Candy. Game changer for real. I did use 250 Fresh Beige in the Pigment Makeup Drops in the shade Medium 3 to get my perfect shade, because I do find that the Estee Lauder Double Wear is a little bit more on the warm side, whereas Revlon foundations in general are just very pink in undertone. So that's what I use. And then for the Estee Lauder Double Wear, I am in the shade 3W120. For concealer, you guys know what's up. I'm using Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm gonna apply that to the right side, and then to the left side, I will be using the Photo Focus Concealer by no one other than Wet n Wild, and I think I just used the wrong shade on this side. Definitely did. So I'm gonna apply Light Ivory in the Wet n Wild concealer over top, because I definitely applied the wrong one. Using the Miracle Sponge, I'm going to blend out the Tarte Shape Tape. And this stuff blends out so freaking good. And then I'm going to blend out the left side with the opposite end. Okay, moving on, I'm going to set this under eye concealer before it creases. And I'm going to use Airspun Loose Face Powder on the drugstore side. I just bought a brand new one for this video because I've been out for so long. Bam! One thing I will say about Airspun Loose Face Powder is that it does have a very intense kind of like baby powder scent to it. So if you really don't like scents on your face, this isn't going to be your favorite, but I love it. So I'm just going to press this under my eyes to bake. For the right side, I'm going to be using the infamous, the really expensive Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. Guys, I don't even know why we pay this much for powder that we just wipe off of our face, but I'm going to press her on this side, and as you can see, literally the exact same. Moving on to tight lighting, I'm going to be using these two babies. I have the Marc Jacobs, what is this? Highliner Gel Crayon in the shade Blacker, and then I have the L'Oreal Silkissimi eyeliner in black. These are very, very similar. When I put them on my hand and let them completely dry, they did not budge at all, and I think that's great. So I'm going to tight line with this L'Oreal one on the left side, and then on the high-end side, I will be using the Marc Jacobs one. I'm going to apply the Pore one to the right side of my face, pretty much setting all the areas of my face that I did not apply that setting powder, and I'm just going to dust it away like that. And then for the other side, I will be using the Maybelline powder. All right, you guys, so moving on, I'm going to go in with some mascara. For the high-end side, I'm going to be using the Tarte Tardis mascara. And for the drugstore side, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Feline Noir. Honestly, there was no reason for me choosing these mascaras other than the tops. They had designs on the top. So I was like, okay, dupes. They're probably not even dupes. So I know a lot of people do this and then they do like a drugstore lash and then a high-end lash, but I really don't own any high-end lashes. So I'm gonna go in with this guy. Ow, I accidentally hit my cat ears. But these are the Vegas Nay Platinum Princess lashes. So I'm just gonna pop these on because like I said, I don't own any high-end lashes, so I might as well just use drugstore lashes. Know what I mean? Jelly bean. I'm about to fly away. Labita told me to keep it simple on my lower lash line, so I'm going to take the shade called Smoked from the Tardis Pro palette, and I'm going to smudge her closest to my lash line. like that. I'm gonna wipe her off. And then I'm going to mix the two darkest shades in the NYX Lid Lingerie. And I'm going to apply them on my lower lash line on the Drugstore side. Once the colors are placed, I'm going to take that sienna color and I'm going to smoke her on the lower lash line, like so. Then I'm going to go in with Whimsy on the other side and smoke out this side. For the inner rim of my lash line, I want to do something fun and poppy. So for the Drugstore side, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil. This one is in the shade Silken Turquoise. And on the high-end side, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Deep End. All right, so moving on to the rest of my face. For the high-end side, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And then for the Drugstore side, I'm gonna use the NYX Highlight and Contour palette. So I'm gonna start off with the high-end side, and I'm just going to do a mixture of the contour shades on this side of my face. This side is nice, it's bronzed. Now I'm going to go in with the NYX palette, and I do have to switch brushes for this so that way I don't have the Kat Von D contour on it. So I'm just going to mix some of those, and I'm just using a different Morphe brush from like the Rose Gold collection. For highlighter, I have this one. This is the Urban Decay Afterglow 8-Hour Powder Highlighter in Sin. And then I have this one, which is the Pixie Highlighter by Aspen Ovard in the shade Santorini Sunset. Just take a little bit of that. Pop her right here. Freaking pretty. Also going to apply a little bit right up here. I don't know how to do my nose, so I'll just do like the side. Now for the Drugstore side, I'm going to take this one by Pixie, and I'm going to pop her right here. For blush, I have the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Exposed. And then I have this one, which is by Milani. This is their Powder Blush in the shade Romantic Rose. What I really love about this blush right here by Tarte is that it is such a universal shade that it's gonna look good with a ton of different eye looks. Then for the Drugstore side, I am going to pop Romantic Rose right here. I have these lip liners. I have MAC Soar and then the Maybelline Magnetic Mauve Lip Liner. I'm gonna put the Maybelline one on first. And then on the other side, I'm gonna do MAC Soar. I will say that the Maybelline one is a lot more creamy, but that's okay. And for the lipstick today, I chose this one by Maybelline. This one is in 915 Blushing Beige. And then the high-end lipstick is by MAC, and this one is in the shade Creme de Nude. I can't get over it. I can't get over how some of these drugstore brands are duping high-end products. It just blows my mind. So last but not least, I'm going to top this off with a gloss. I have this one by Too Faced, which is their Lip Injection Glossy in the shade Angel Kisses. And then for the drugstore, I have this one. This one is just a Revlon gloss in the shade Snow Pink. Now, Snow Pink does have glitter in it, whereas the Too Faced one doesn't have any glitter in it, but I don't think it's really gonna matter. And that, my friends, completes today's video. What'd you think? Did you like it? Let me know. Comments down below. Also, I mean, this did not fall off the table. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Let's see if we can get this video to 3,000 likes. smash that like button if you guys haven't liked it already. Let me know if you guys want to see any other videos. I always have a request email in the description box of my videos. If you guys have any video requests at all, shoot me an email. And I don't think I have anything else to say except I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Oh my god, I couldn't breathe for a second. Doses.